Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
Yo, what's going on? We are live on another episode of the Download. Thank you everyone for coming on in. This is a roundtable gaming and technology podcast where we discuss everything that's been happening throughout the week. What's going on, everybody in chat? We got Sanchez Gaming. I'm selling my Xbox. Whoa, hold the brakes. We are maybe giving some reasons why you shouldn't sell your Xbox off the bat, all right? We don't know what's going on. So let's get into it with the panel and go over our best theories and maybe give you some other ideas on what's going on before the announcement. We got Wilson, Ray the Gaming Cyborg, Neil J, Miss Phoenix, Doragon, Callie Drew Voss in the chat. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And we are about to get into it with the panel. But before we do that, into the news story, let's see what everybody's been gaming on this week, because we are a bunch of gamers in here. So briefly, let's start at the top and let you know who's all in on the panel today. Callie, what have you been gaming on this week?
First off, I want to say thank you for letting me be here. But lately I've been playing some HellDivers 2. I'm at the last boss of Elden Ring, and yeah, getting the bug murdering out there.
Solid games, solid games. Wilson, what's been going on? What have you been gaming on this week?
Howdy. I finished Sekiro is what I did this week, my friend. You saw me do it. You've seen me grinding that game out. What a challenge it was. But I had a blast. And then I also picked up, because we've all got a friend in here. He's in the chat with us, Mr. SPG, who's obsessed with Red Dead. I was graced with the gift of Red Dead 2 this week, so that's what I've been getting my head into. Wow, that game is big. It's immersive. It's what a world. What a world.
Oh yeah, you'll be lost for the next 3 months, as I keep saying, but for you maybe 6.
100%. Yeah.
Maker, what have you been gaming on this week?
I've been gaming Elden Ring with Callie and Wilson. Been trying to finish up Alan Wake 2, and obviously HellDivers with you and the crew.
Oh yeah, we got into some explosive fun yesterday. SPG, what's been going on with you this week in gaming?
Well, man, as you know, because you were there, I've been playing a little bit of BG3. I got 2 runs going, one with Cloud&Console with Nads and yourself, and one with Ray, yourself, and David. And we got our ass handed to us in the House of Hope. But yeah, playing some BG3, playing some Red Dead, of course, and just checking out the beta of Skull and Bones. We'll probably be discussing that at some point.
Boo.
Yes,
Boo.
one of those runs were murdering everything, and then the other run were slaying everything, if you know what I mean.
Nads is tired. He needs to drink some water and take a night off.
Oh, I thought he was going to get both Shadowheart and Lae'zel in the same night. That was,
It was looking like something spicy was about to happen.
Ray, what have you been gaming on this week?
Well, unfortunately, BG3, we played with some guy that didn't know how to throw potions to his teammate. What an idiot. Also been playing that was me. Believe it or not, holy crap, been playing a lot of Skull and Bones. I played like 4 hours last night, and I've been doing a lot of marble snapping. That's what I've been up to.
Oh, well, sweet. Everybody loves a little Marvel snap. Well, this is a live podcast, but a lot of you watch it back or watch it, catch us on the VOD. So be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Well, without further delay, let's jump into what's been gaming on this week. The Microsoft to share details on bringing Xbox games to PlayStation next week. I mean, this is a loaded question. We have a direct quote from Phil Spencer saying, "We are listening and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned." After that tweet, obviously it's speculation station. We're now seeing job postings out there for Halo executives to now work for multi-platting the game. All of these are signals to what we can see a future of Xbox, maybe, in my opinion, turning into Microsoft Gaming, the new publishing developing house that's going to be producing a lot of these games and selling the multi-plat. The future of the console may be an app, a dongle, or a third-party box. What is the panel's thoughts? Do you think it'll be the other way around and we'll see PlayStation perhaps also releasing on the Microsoft gaming platform, or will
Can
it?
I just say, to add a little bit more background, Phil Spencer first
Yes.
pushed that out after rumors emerging from an unnamed source, but apparently a reputable one, with The Verge, correct? And that was saying that we're going to see certain games from Microsoft, these first-party games, pushed over to Sony in the next couple of years. I can't remember the original games. I don't know if any of you guys can, or if you've got it there, Rue. But that's what
I believe it's
started this
Sapphire
all
Rush
off,
and
right?
Sea of
It was a leak
Thieves.
from The Verge on some rumors that so far haven't been confirmed, but Phil Spencer has now commented. So that adds a lot more weight behind what we're hearing.
Well, and let's not get confused either, though. Let's really put it in perspective. None of us are in any boardrooms. None of us have any actual like multi-million-dollar corporations that we run. We're not in these conversations. It's all speculation on top of speculation. And I would say most gamers are ignorant on how all this stuff runs, myself included. But I will say this: it's very interesting that when Microsoft made all their acquisitions and they were doing the merge or whatever, and people were freaking out about it, they didn't quite understand what it meant, and we still don't understand what it means. Back then, I thought their goal was to get all these IPs, force them onto Xbox only, and to lose money in the long run, or lose money in the short run, but then gain more in the long run by people coming to Xbox. Obviously, that's not the case. And it's just curious as to where they are heading and what's actually transpiring. They could go, like Rudigs was saying, like Sega and become a publisher instead of hardware and all that stuff. I don't think that's going to happen, though. But basically, when you own everything, everything has to make a profit, or you're holding it up. You're the pillars that are holding these companies up, and they all need to make money. So it's not surprising that these games will end up going to PlayStation. But in my opinion, there will be a timed exclusive thing, and then it'll go to PlayStation. But and some of this could be because of Game Pass and that model. I don't know.
And can I just add in, of course, and I mean everybody knows there's a lot of Xbox uh fans, a lot of Xbox shows, and everybody's upset with Xbox because a long time ago they said, "Hey, we're getting all these IPs and there's exclusive to you guys, you, the Xbox community." And now they're changing the tune and they're saying, "Okay, now we're gonna go to PlayStation, we're gonna go to Nintendo." But people got to remember this, man. Everybody, you know, it is a business. This gaming is a business, and sometimes businesses really don't care about your feelings or care about. It's about the money. It's about investors and what's if you spend what damn near $70 billion, you got to get that money. Got to get the money. So, but I'm just gonna say this: I play PlayStation. I play on Xbox. No matter where the games are at, I'm gonna find it and play it on whatever. And I have a Nintendo and a PC, so I'm gonna play wherever the games are at. But I'm gonna until you hear it exactly from the horse's mouth, and that's Spencer. I can't wait next week to see what he has to say. Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. We're all kind of in a holding pattern, making our best guess. I mean, what would make the most sense, in my opinion, is the timed exclusive strategy, right? Wait a year and 6 months, and then release it on the other platform. Still hold some sort of exclusivity, give Game Pass more value, and at the same time allow your developers to prosper and make the most amount of money as possible. Because now what we're looking at is shareholders more hyper focused on dollars more than ever. And what I learned from Purple Haze's show, shout out to Purple Haze, last night, is that she was saying the Japanese economy may not be more focused on the bottom dollar line. These companies don't cooperate with their shareholders enough as much as they would in today's age. So what we're seeing is companies more focused on bringing entertainment value more than dollar value to their shareholders. So it's interesting to see different economies at play and how the industries work under these economies.
Not surprising they want Xbox games on PlayStation. PlayStation have sold more consoles. It just makes sense. Number wise. Like there's more PlayStations in people's homes than there is Xboxes. So if you own a bunch of these game companies, you want those games on PlayStation too. It's kind of not surprising, but Sony's been doing this for a while with PC, where they have like a year or two, and then the game will come to PC.
Yep. I mean, PC has been the other foreground that has been opened up. I mean, we see PlayStation constantly cooperating with them, releasing day and date alongside Steam, or at least promising to release later on Steam. I mean, this cooperation of companies isn't something new. I mean, the console war thing is mostly fan invented. I think we saw that back in the days of direct shots in maybe PlayStation 1 days or Sega versus Nintendo as marketing
Yeah.
campaigns in the 90s to be hip and cool.
Yeah.
Hashtag blast processing.
Yeah,
But
and this Sega does what
Nintendo.
Nintendo don't.
Nintendo don't. I was there,
what?
but you know what?
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
but-
was a real marketing thing. It was like Nintendo didn't have blood in Mortal Kombat, but Sega did. It's interesting.
But it's different though, dude. Because right now, let's be honest. Back then, it wasn't as vile as it is now. I mean, it is dude. I've seen guys trash their Xboxes. I've seen guys crying, "Ah, you betrayed us! You betrayed us!" And receipts, they're turning their Xboxes in, and you told the consumers that they were exclusive to us. You betrayed us. And people are losing their minds.
People woke up the next day and felt like their box was absolutely worthless, but that's not the case. It's just slightly less interesting. Slightly.
I mean, exactly. Nothing that you were going to play on that box has changed for you in any capacity. If you're not fine with somebody else playing with your toys, then maybe you should take a look at yourself. Like, just focus on what you like and what you're going to be playing.
I like
Dude,
the way
my
you worded
my
that.
my son.
Yeah.
I said, son, you're not playing the Xbox Series X. You're only playing the PlayStation 5. What the hell? You're
I had a
losing the
Vince
war,
McMahon
Dad.
joke in there, but I'll leave it
They're,
alone.
lo- they're
Uh-oh.
losing the war. They're losing the war, Dad. I'm like, oh, you stop it, stop it. He's laughing. He's capping. But this is come on, guys. Jesus.
Majority of gamers, and Maker may correct me on the exact statistics, please do, but they want to play Fortnite, they want to play Minecraft, and that's available on both consoles, on PC as well as Nintendo Switch. So majority of gamers are going to be happy either way, and they
Well,
may not even be paying attention. These are business moves to make shareholders happy in the end of the day. But yeah, chime in.
so someone said this specifically. This is for the U.S. I believe it was like Stephen Totila from like NPD had commented and saying that Call of Duty was played by 44% of PlayStation gamers and 43% of Xbox gamers in the month of January. So, and it was the most. I think it had the most played hours on both consoles. So to me, these third parties, these big titles have a lot more hours. In my opinion, I think marketing and exclusive things that can be helpful, like even if it's like a timed exclusive. So like to me, them going timed exclusive with their exclusives could potentially bring in new audiences from PlayStation and potentially get people to buy an Xbox because they'll have to wait a year to play said game on PlayStation.
And I think what we're seeing here is confusion that you can't bottle magic. You can't bottle a formula that makes the masses flood to your games. And
Ask
unfortunately, you
Bethesda.
just
They know.
yeah, it's just impossible to get in a boardroom and invent what success that Pow World had today, and it's just absolutely confusing people who are making games today and age. It's like, well, if we're spending X amount of money to make a game that's going to get 1/3 of the audience, why are we even doing this? So it's interesting where we're at, where you got to learn how to bottle magic and go out there and sell it.
Well, our video games are quickly becoming what the movie industry is. 300, $400 million per movie, and it's such an investment that you got so many cooks in the kitchen, so many boxes to check that you end up with a mess. I mean, that's kind of what is kind of transpiring. The budgets keep inflating, and then there's more risk. And when there's more risk, people don't like that. The shareholders don't anyway.
Well, I mean, are we going to see Xbox consoles? Are they going to release another one? Does anyone want to go over that? If you have future predictions here, are they going to release this Xbox Pro even, or are they going to stop there? What do you think the future of Xbox is if you had to document a prediction? And maybe we'll start at the top here. Callie, what are you thinking? If you were to give out a
Honest.
prediction.
I just think that, like if they do announce it, I don't think it's gonna be the end. I think it's just, like I think that's what it will be is most likely is probably it won't start with, most of the Xbox exclusives, but I think it'll start with more likely like Avowed or Bethesda type games that weren't before.
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe we'll just start to see a slow trickle of timed exclusives, but the Xbox will carry on.
Yeah.
Wilton, what are you thinking? Do you think Xbox will carry on for generations and
Oh,
cycles, or do you think they'll take a step back from the console scene?
Well, I think they're all going to sooner rather than later, depending on what you mean by sooner. In the next decade or two. I mean, we're all ex-cloud gamers, as our main way of gaming. A lot of us still cloud game, right? We all used to talk about back when we were stadiums that this is the future, and people just haven't realized yet. And maybe they haven't, and maybe the software also isn't fully there yet. But it is the future of gaming, cloud native and cloud access, and even maybe hybrid between the console in your living room and cloud as like a extra horsepower. But I don't know how many more generations the consoles have in general, whether we're talking about Xbox or PlayStation. I'm sure we've heard there's going to be another PlayStation coming out. I imagine there's going to be another Xbox. I don't think they're stopping on the one on the Series X. I think there's probably going to be another after this. I just don't know how many more generations there will be.
No,
But
that's
you
a
also
good
know
point.
my feelings about this in terms of it's kind of like the energy industry, right? We could have done renewables 2 decades ago, but oil industry want to keep selling oil. So how long are they going to keep pushing hardware? Are they going to just keep pushing it until we don't want to buy hardware? Yeah, those are my thoughts.
No, I think I also agree that perhaps the next generation of consoles will be the last hardware console as we know it. Will we see a PS7 in the box form that we think? Probably not. It'll probably be some sort of dongle or an app. Maker,
That's a
what do you
thought,
think?
like an Amazon Fire Stick, a Sony PlayStation Stick, and it just connects to its
Yeah,
cloud.
My Little
No
Pony
hardware in
plugs right
home
in.
except a cool little dongle that gives you a brand name. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I think we're not quite there yet with cloud. I think that's the reason why they pulled the little Xbox box that they were working on that was supposed to be
Keystone.
cloud based. Yeah, yeah. So to me, I think ideally they're seeing the success of the Switch and a lot of these handheld PCs, and I think Xbox is going to go the way of low end is going to be this handheld that you can play on the go, where that could maybe hook up to your TV. I think that would be a really smart move for them to go with the rise of mobile and how popular that is. And maybe a higher end console for those who want, maybe better graphics and stuff like that. I think that might be in the immediate future, and then in the distance, I could definitely see them go the cloud route, where you can. It's like just a hub for you to connect to the cloud.
All right. No, it's solid prediction. So you think we'll see a PS7 box that you put under your TV?
Probably not a PS7. That's a ways out there. That's like that's like over 10 years from now.
Well, I mean, the next one's the PS5 Pro, right? So then that would be another 3 generations away, at
Right.
least three
Exactly.
generations away.
That's what I was saying. I was saying they'll go PS6 box and
Mhm.
it'll be a powerhouse, and then they'll stop with that, and then they'll go cloud services after that. Hopefully we'll
But
I
you
be
think
know,
far
another
enough.
facet of it
cloud will
all,
probably be good
another
enough by
facet
that
of
point.
it
Yeah.
all is as these consoles get more and more powerful, like if they aren't going to be cloud dependent, that price is going to go up. Consoles are already getting higher and higher in price, from 200-300 when you were buying an
Yeah.
Xbox 360 to 500-600 now if you want to get a Series X or a PlayStation 5. What's the next generation going to cost? Is it going to hit 1,000? Because if
Okay.
so,
So
that balance is going to get harder. That dilemma between buying a PC, building your own
so
hardware, and buying a console.
I
Go on,
think
SPG.
I think all of us have hit on it, okay? Pretty much. Basically, when they can have a server rack that they can maintain, operate, and take care of, and all that stuff, and sell you a service, that is exactly what's going to transpire. That is the future. When do we see that? Don't know. There could be one or two console releases next. More than likely, there'll be a PS6 and another Xbox. After that, I'm not so sure. I do think that cloud is the future. You're talking about these dongles, but there has to be hardware in the cloud to give it to that dongle. Like the dongle's not doing any of the heavy lifting, which is amazing for cloud gaming and really cool. We are not there yet, like Maker was saying. We saw that with Stadia. It had a very slow adoption rate and all that stuff, no matter how cool it was. And But that's what they want to do. They want to sell you a service. Matter of fact, right now they don't want you to own anything. You're going to own nothing and like it. That's the way the system is kind of gearing up, man. I don't know what the future exactly looks like, but we could end up with a few different consoles from both. You could have a PlayStation Pro. You could have an Xbox and an Xbox Pro. But
Yeah.
hardware
We
is
could
very
see
expensive.
something. You know what we see
hardware's-
nowadays? We see digital, and then we see consoles that accept disc. We could see consoles that are purely cloud-based and consoles that are hybrid with extra
Yes.
power built on, and that would be
Yes.
a pro one.
But the cost, what you were just getting at before I interrupted, was basically this. When you're looking at a PC, a high-end PC, you can get tons of frames, you can get the best fidelity, you can get all the bells and whistles turned on. When it comes to the console, you cannot do that. That's why all of your games are 4K 30, because they're not actually 4K boxes. They're certainly not 8K boxes. They can barely pull it off. So, in my opinion, everyone's excited for GTA 6. I think that's coming out on the PS6. I don't think it's coming out on the PS5. That's just my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but
Can I get in? Can I get in?
Ray, take the floor.
Get in? All right. So, guys, come on now. Look, there's a reason why they're having this emergency meeting. Anytime they see the community get upset, especially their loyal Xbox community, they backpedal and they change things. They did that back in when they did the Xbox One, and they saw that the consumers wasn't happy when they said they were going to go digital. So I mean, what I think they're going to do, they see, they're seeing Twitter, they're seeing YouTube, they're seeing all this. I think they might hold up. We done pissed off our community. That is money. We need to do something. We got to do something fast. So I think some of the plans you thought were gonna come, I think they're gonna try and change it up a little bit this week when they speak. Try, because dude, at the end of the day, dude, it's about money. It's about money. And so I can see, you know what, some of these plans, guys, I think we need to push it a little bit further in the future and what can we do to make people happy? Fans, we're only gonna give them these games. They're gonna be a year late. Chill. We still and look, there's rumors, because I don't think nobody mentioned this, but there is rumors of, I don't know if it's a handheld. I don't know if it's something that they've already getting ready to put out. So stay tuned.
Well, the rumors are it's in the design phase, which means it's a couple years out.
That's the same as we were talking with PS Vita 2. Seems like they were at the same phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Well, I mean, it's a big mystery. It's definitely see soon. It's fun to get out there and predict. Sorry, Maker, did you have something to jump in on?
I just wanted to briefly, it's regards to what Certified Doc said. I kind of agree with technology, with better compression technology. Cloud's just gonna get better over the years. You know, it might take a little while, but that's why I think in like if we're looking in 10 plus years, we're getting into the time where cloud is probably going to be a lot more consistent and better for people. And I think that, you know, eventually there's just going to be PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo apps on TVs that we just connect to, use our controller and play.
the last thing I'll say is that people that have consoles and have invested in them should realize they're not going to get $2,000 worth of performance out of a $500 box. It just doesn't work that way. So when they do release the next one, there could be tiers, and it could be pricey. You could have the entry level, you could have the mid tier and the high tier. That's what they do with PCs pretty much. I don't know what the future looks like, but it's probably going to be expensive.
Yeah, that hardware.
Remember, these companies care about your dollars, folks. About your dollars. And all you guys passionate about your PlayStation, passionate about your Nintendos and your Xboxes. These companies can do whatever hell they want. They can do whatever they want, you know. And
I mean, I don't want to terrify people, but gaming could go away. There's like 3 main companies that that make GPUs, and there's only a couple different chip manufacturers. Gaming could disappear one day. We're one solar flare away.
it's crazy.
Well, that was ominous. I'll be sure to clip that one if I'm going to make a clip of this show. And be prepared, because all together, Xbox, PlayStation, and everything, we're just 3 companies away from Game Armageddon.
Enjoy your live
anyways,
services, boys, while you can.
I'm a little scared for the future that we have going on, but I hope that there is a good future for all these companies. I hope that gaming still goes into the future, and I think some things that are leading it into the future are definitely these big deals. Did anyone think that after $77 billion in acquisitions, that Xbox would be in a place where they're now going multi-plat? We thought that this was going to be Xbox is now dominating the gaming field. What do you think turned around for them? Or do you think after they've absorbed these companies, this is actually a power move that we're going to hear next week? They're going to be announcing actually more domination, and this is domination. Microsoft Gaming is everywhere. That's the
wanted to
last
say-
thing we're going to be talking about on this subject. But go, Wilson. Yeah.
I think if you look at this as Xbox's world domination attempt from last year has failed, it's a very preemptive assumption to make. We don't know what this means. This could just be, I mean, if anything, you could see it the other way very easily. You could see it as a win when they're the ones who are going to be widening their funnel for their products, right? For all of their things going to all these different marketplaces, while PlayStation games, for example, may stay just on PlayStation, or just on PlayStation and PC. It's hard to tell right now because it's hard to know what stature Xbox has. I mean, even next week they're going to pause and they're going to put on a show, right? They're not going to tell us exactly why they're doing what they're doing. A company never does. It's going to be down to us as individuals and the experts in the field to decipher what next week's announcement means.
Maybe it just boils down to they're not seeing what they thought they would off of the acquisitions. That's a hell of a lot of money. Maybe they don't feel like they got value for what they spent. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just spitballing here because none of us really know about the
No,
industry
yeah.
and how it works. But something's happening. But more than likely, though, it's a nothing burger. They're going to come out and say what they say, and it's going to actually not have any real impact, in my opinion. It's going to dismay. It's going to put to bed some of the rumors of the people that are trying to cry and throw away their Xboxes. But other than that, I don't think it's going to do much. Just my opinion.
Yep. Anybody else on the $77 billion acquisition? Do you think this is going to be Xbox saying it didn't work, or perhaps this is them saying this is our phase 2 of Thanos's gauntlet situation?
They've got the stones. Now this is the snap. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Next thing you know, Sony exclusives are a thing of the past, and we're all playing mid-tier Microsoft games.
Hey, anybody can play with my crappy toys. I'm okay with it.
I think Thanos. I'm gonna go with Thanos because they do have a lot of IPs, and I mean, dude, make the money, get the games on there. But but for the Sony guys and Nintendo guys, I mean, are you guys willing to wait a year to play an exclusive from Xbox?
Can we give it up to Nintendo for a minute to have such an old, weak, pathetic console and still in the conversation? Nintendo just does magic, man. I don't know how they do it.
Just do their own thing. They just do
I,
their
I was,
own
I,
thing.
I was playing.
that's
I
the
was playing with
problem.
my Nintendo. I was playing some Nintendo last week. I was playing some Nintendo last week, and I was like, "Oh my god, look at all these!"
Like they're in the conversation without going broke building consoles. Like, I don't know. They're awesome, man.
They bottled magic
Nintendo,
somehow.
but Nintendo knows that if you guys get an Xbox or you get a PlayStation, you're going to get us too.
I mean, I think we should admire at how impressive it is that one of their first party titles has over 60 million sales. Like
Yeah.
it's
incredible.
It's on the Switch. Yeah, it's a single title at 60
Is
million.
that Mario Kart?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Yeah, has over 60 million copies sold.
That's like Voldemort around here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely undeniable at the success of that game and that console. And it blows my mind. And what I'm saying is that you literally have to bottle magic and sell it to the world. You can't duplicate making games and selling it. It's like an art form. It has to be appealing to the masses, and
I
and
don't
it's a
think
hard
any
thing to do.
no magic is being shared in a boardroom meeting. I'm absolutely sure of it. None is being conjured. There's no magic users there.
I'm playing too much BG3 with you. I'm quoting
That's
the
true.
absolute. I'm talking magic. All right. Well, let's disengage from this topic and move on to the next. Did you
Honestly, I
guys
know
know?
it's been the biggest controversy of the week,
Yeah.
but I still thought that would only take us 5 minutes. I thought we wouldn't really have that much to talk about. We've talked so much this week about
I tried to
That's
stretch it out.
it.
Disney is investing $1.5 billion USD, and I always say USD because in Canadian that would be so much more money. In Fortnite maker Epic Games to create a new universe. So guys, we don't have to live here on Earth anymore. We can just go to Epic Games and Disney's new universe.
Well, Disney's been ruining everything they touch lately. Why not ruin Epic Games, right? I don't know. Do they have a controlling interest now, or is it just an investment?
It says they are agreeing to take a minority stake in the business. So that means not a majority. So they would not have controlling, but they would have a say at the table. Am I right
Yeah,
in
they're gonna have a big
Oh,
seat at the
what's
table.
going
That's what they've
on?
got.
Certified Doc. Thanks
Go
for
ahead and
jumping
move to
into
the
the chat.
topic. What up, Doc?
Hello.
What up, Doc?
Welcome to the
Hello.
topic. Did you want to say something on Disney invest $1.5 billion in Fortnite to create new universe? Are you moving to the new universe?
Oh, no, well, first thing, right? Listen, so Disney and Fortnite, like Epic Games, have been going like a very long way. Like lots of Fortnite success when it comes, like obviously we know Fortnite success, obviously not because size of the game, but like the skins they put in, right?
Yep.
Disney
The
has
clout they steal.
Disney has the most amount of skins in Fortnite across Star Wars, Marvel, right?
Yeah.
So obviously they make a lot of money working with Epic on that kind of remark. So the fact that they're investing this much money to create like this own separate game inside of the game where you can create more games, and it's honestly I think it's really cool. Like if Meta was trying to create the metaverse, Fortnite already beat them to it and they accidentally did it. It's kind of funny.
Well, it is a ostentatious amount of money. What do you get with $1.5 billion in creating games? How long is this going to take? And what is the scope? I don't even understand it. What are you building Minecraft but Disney?
I got you. So basically, because I was reading a lot into this, apparently it's years off. Like this is just very early on. They're gonna, so obviously how Fortnite recently in the new season they announced like they have Lego Fortnite, you have the rocket racing, there's obviously Battle Royale, then people can make their own games, and you got the Fortnite Festival. This is kind of going to be in its own little category, like it's its own world you can load into, because Fortnite's trying to become more of a platform rather than a game itself. So this world is going to basically be like all of Disney's IP, so like Disney Princesses, ESPN, Marvel, Star Wars, all of those into like Pixar as well, all those into one world where people can go in, watch, like say if you want to watch a sports game in Fortnite, you can go do that.
No.
You want to go watch
So
a new
Ray's
Disney
gonna
movie.
be actually on
It's gonna be
Fortnite just to watch ESPN. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Not
Instead
to-
of turning
basically.
ESPN on his
He's gonna
TV?
walk onto frame in his bear suit and go, brah, every now and again.
And not to mention, right? You're gonna be able to, I guess, like be able to buy virtual things, like also like Fortnite skins and stuff based on these things, and not to mention, I guess, real life things, I guess, as well, like from inside the game.
You'll be able to buy NFL skins and
Well, like for example, say if you're watching an
future.
NFL game, it's like you're gonna have like probably like, oh, let me buy that guy's jersey, and you can like directly order it from probably the game, and you can like get it shipped to you. Like that's the kind of crazy
your
thing.
character can wear that jersey.
That
while
as
you're
well.
No
watching the
offense
game.
to anyone who likes it, but it's the better version, the more complete version of Disney Dreamlight Valley, essentially.
Basic, and the crazy thing too is on top of that, they mentioned that they want you're gonna be able to play games with inside this world. So it's like if it's inside Fortnite, and this world will be a game, and then people can then make games inside this game, and it's crazy.
My mind's exploding with the meta.
Sounds like a lot
To
of
me,
work.
sounds a lot like a GTA Online style thing, but with all of Disney's IPs being all of the characters, and that sounds kind of awesome. To be honest,
Is that what we're looking at? Because that's how much
That's-
GTA costs, right? 1.5 billion. It was
but
some
that's what it sounds like.
ridiculous number. Is that what you're saying? So Ray can go and like sit in a ESPN football
No.
field. No, I'm saying if you want to go watch this or live sports game, you put on your Apple Quest thing, you log into Fortnite, and you go chill in your tickets that you bought, and you're virtually watching the game. Is that what
Well,
you're saying is going to be able
virtual
to
front
happen?
row.
Yeah, basically that's like the way they were describing it in like the little talk, right? Because I know Epic posted a whole like news article about it, and that's basically the way Disney is envisioning it. It's kind of like a Disney World but virtual.
Yep.
Honestly, I think it's extremely cool. Obviously, it says apparently it's years away, right? Because obviously making something to this scale takes a decent amount. Like you could probably throw something quick together, but to what they level of what they want it to, it's gonna take a while.
So Fortnite has to survive for this amount of
Well,
time.
I think Fortnite's already established that it just keeps getting more popular and it continues to survive. It just
Okay.
I thought it was gonna die like 3-4 years ago, but no, it just keeps getting better and more expansive, and they keep changing the game.
Hey,
That's
son,
true.
what do you want? What do you want for Christmas? V-Bucks and more V-Bucks. What do you want for your birthday? V-Bucks and more V-Bucks. I'm like, dude, seriously, they're gonna be okay.
Oh yeah,
Fortnite is going to be okay.
I used to hate the
Yeah,
game.
but are the humans gonna be okay? That makes me question our bloody mentality, man.
But
Like,
Ray's got a
oh,
direct line
goodness.
to the youth. I mean, if this is what they're asking for, then it's working, and people are
Yes.
Yeah,
invested in this
you're right
universe.
there.
It's
Ron Slusher, the difference will be you'll be able to play your Xbox exclusives where they play better on the PS5.
oh,
SPG
that's
just
the news.
Yeah,
lighting
you'll
the
be able
flame.
to play. What was it we saw someone in the community saying? Starfield at 8K 60.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good luck
Oh, I'm
running it
sorry.
at good luck running it at 4K 80 on a 4090. Okay.
Well, I think it's a ridiculous scope. I guess they're just getting the ground running on creating this. I guess will this spawn back hopefully some higher backs that Epic just dropped? I mean, a 1.5 billion dollar investment sure seems like you'd want to hire on some more people. So hopefully we see that sort of come back because
as
we
I
know
said,
Epic brought a lot of people.
the
Yeah, go
crazy
for it.
thing the crazy thing is as I said, like when like during this season, now that they're kind of open to making games, like inviting people to come in and make games inside of Fortnite. As I said, we have Festival, which is by Harmonix, the makers of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. We got Rocket Racing by I forgot to say the name of the company, but it's the people that make Rocket League, right? Then obviously you have Lego Fortnite made by the Lego team.
Onyx.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Callie. The thing is, like, they're trying to basically get people is like, hey, we're not just battle royale. Come make games with us, right? It's like we're not like we'll give you the resources to work on games within this, right?
Yeah, and then after you make the game, guess what? We're gonna fuck you.
Oh my
Here's your
God.
here's your pink slip, boy.
Yeah, did you
After
read
Well,
making
no,
the game.
but that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Is like what I'm saying. It's like not like, for example, the Lego team. That's not. I don't believe that's a part of like Epic's team. Like that's like a separate team, part of a different company that's just working with Epic Games to make that inside of Fortnite. Obviously, the other two are like because Epic owns the other two companies that make Festival and Rocket Racing. But like,
How do you keep, he wants to know? Hold on, Cowboy wants to know: is HellDivers too casual? Didn't you ask it on your show? I watched your show. You asked that.
Yeah, we had a
Cowboy, we
big
haven't even gotten
discussion.
to Helldivers yet, but I
It's
know
not
you're gonna want to
casual.
talk about it, haven't you, aren't you, Rue?
It's not casual, Cowboy. You have to. Or yeah, it's not casual, buddy.
Well, on
I think
You raised an interesting point though, Rue, though, about this being such a big investment. And I know you're sick of talking about the layoffs, right? We don't want to keep hearing about them. We don't want to keep seeing them this year. But seeing these big investments off the back of these large layoffs as well, I don't know if it's hopeful or if it's almost like a bit of a slap in the face for everyone who's just lost their jobs. I'm not sure. But there was also something you said last night, Doc, about there are companies going against that, right? There are still companies out there who are doing mass hiring drives right now and trying to invest back in the people.
So some of you guys know I used to be a property manager for a storage facility right across the street from Facebook, over in Menlo Park, where Google and Facebook is. And I used to have a lot of people come in, moving. Hey, I'm from New York. Hey, I'm from here. I'm from here. And he said, "Shh, don't tell nobody. I'm working on a project. I'm working on this project. I'm working on this project." Then I see them like maybe 6 months or a year. I gotta move out, man. Fired. Oh, got fired. Yeah, I was working on a project, but they let us go. Dude, that is the reality. Like, I've just me personally seeing out here in Silicon Valley people getting hired and then they're losing their jobs, and it's sad.
Like, mm,
But
all I gotta say is
Oh,
this:
do we have someone
all
jump
I
in?
know, I think Vet jumped in.
Okay. Yes. Did you want to close out your thoughts here,
Listen,
certified
all
doc?
I gotta say is if this comes to true and they add like some more Disney characters to Fortnite, as long as I can hit the grittiest Woody from Toy Story, I think I'm perfectly fine. There we go. That's all I gotta say.
So you mean the original Woody?
Yeah,
I
I keep hearing I keep hearing sexual references. I'm gonna be quiet.
Like, dude,
Jesus
like, think about
Christ.
Fortnite is like the only game where you can like play as like Goku fighting Darth Vader while getting attacked by Thanos at the same time. Like, it just like and then not to mention like I can hit like a TikTok dance after that. In fact, it's beautiful.
I'm mad, dude, because I'm old, man. And where was this when I like? Why didn't this come out when I was younger? All you like, I tell my son like, dude, you guys are getting all this cool technology, all this cool stuff, man.
Like, dude,
Ah.
Ray, don't age yourself, buddy.
like
Not
think
best
about
to do that.
the fact
Don't worry, Ray. You're gonna live long enough to see AI take everyone's job.
like the fact this season you could literally.
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Oh, you're fine. I was gonna say like on top of that, it's like
and then Cowboy, just so you know, Rue has played it. David has played it. Ellie has played it. Maker Chaos has played it. So that is 4 people who have played that I know. Helldivers 2 have played it.
Yeah, we had a
yes.
blast
Yeah,
with it, man. We had a blast with it, didn't we, Rue and Maker?
Yeah, I
We
would
played with
say
FCAT as well, didn't we?
I'm down to
it
meet up in game if you have it, Cowboy.
it gets to, well, he gameflied it, so he'll be waiting a couple days. And that's
Oh!
Don't make fun of
To
it.
come full
Oh!
circle, hey, to come
Don't
full
make fun
circle
of it.
though,
Hey,
Don't
look,
when
just
physical
come
because
go to
media dies, you can't do
Gamefly. Hey, nothing wrong with Gamefly. If he wants
Hey,
to
I
be 3 to
it's
5 years
I,
behind, that's his
no,
prerogative.
I did GameFly, okay, and I love
Hey,
it.
look,
So
Ray,
I've done GameFly.
that was told
I've done
Netflix at the
GameFly.
vending machine. That was a
Look,
long time ago.
can I just say,
Oh
all of
man.
us, again, as ex-Stadians, have no right to laugh at the guy whose company is still working, right? Gamefly's still up and running, all right? We were the ones who were in the
Uh
wrong.
Right,
that's
but what I'm
true, and
saying
it's
though, that'll
looking
come
into
full
cloud
circle
gaming.
Wilson,
when
speak for
everything's
yourself,
digital.
buddy. Wilson, speak for yourself. I take offense to that. I invented everything.
Um,
I don't know what's going on anymore.
well,
I
that
fact checked
is
that.
I think that was a good description. If we see a GTA where you can fully customize a character and then access the world of Disney in some sort of metaverse with all your friends, it's an interesting idea. It's ambitious, and we'll definitely see that on the PS6. That's
I heard
cool.
PS7.
Another thing I wanted to touch on just briefly before we say goodbye, maybe we'll spend 5 minutes on this. Ubisoft was disappointed by Assassin's Creed Nexus VR sales and will not increase VR investment. However, we
What they
saw
said
them
for now.
sell over 200,000 copies of the title. With such a
But
small VR population, wouldn't you
Uh,
call that a success? Doc, you're an
um,
avid VR
yeah,
player.
okay.
you
Well,
you got to
we're
remember
just
they also said for now. They didn't say they're done with VR. They said for now.
So this is my opinion here. So as someone that plays a lot of VR, right?
Fake
I
news.
haven't got Assassin's Creed Nexus yet. The reason why, right, is it's a cool game. It looks very cool. Unfortunately, $40 for a VR title is a lot of money. Like the
You're the
only
reason
VR.
they haven't succeeded, Doc. Just spend the $40.
Hold on,
Yep.
wait, listen.
I mean,
The
Beat
only
Saber's
game in
40.
my well, Beat Saber is like 30, but like that has a decent value to it, right? Lots
Beat
of.
Saber's fake.
The thing is,
That's
those
true.
like that game Nexus is kind of short. Like, it's definitely an experience, but like it's definitely like one of those games that I would probably say like it's kind of limited to what the Quest can do. And if it was more of like it came on the Quest PC and then PSVR, it would have done a lot better.
Right, multi-platting, and
Yeah,
wraps around
multi-platting.
to the big beginning of the episode. Multi-platting does do well for developers, although it
Because
may
here's the thing.
cost more upfront. You probably get more payoff from that.
And that the other thing too is that I love I have a MetaQuest. I had a MetaQuest 2, I have a MetaQuest 3, right? I love like that entire platform, right? Issue is though obviously it's an Android device running like, the quality of games it can run, like they do look not very graphically like high graphical fidelity, and now like this Assassin's Creed game looks great, but like what would it look like on a computer like the PlayStation 5 that can actually run it at higher fidelity to make it more immersive, because graphics do go a long way in VR to add immersion. And then not to mention, so like the Quest is probably the biggest like VR platform, but at the same time it's like in my case, I don't buy a lot of games on like standalone. I usually buy most of my games like on Steam for like VR, right? If it was on
It's the
Steam, I probably would.
console. It's the console of VR gaming, and when VR really needs that peak PC performance to really impress you, I think is that
Yeah,
am I
correct.
getting it right?
Yeah, it's
And
like as I said, like the higher fidelity, the higher like the more fidelity you can add to VR adds to more immersion. Especially when a game that's like that, it's like Assassin's Creed would look nice at higher fidelity. Obviously, if the game looked cartoony, then maybe it would look fine on the Quest. But it just,
they went for realism.
yeah, because it's Assassin's Creed. Because the game's really cool. You get to play through 3 different eras of Assassin's Creed, and you do get to basically, like, it's kind of a mini open world where you can kind of just go around like the Assassin's Creed games. But,
Did you ever
40.
get that Half-Life Alex game?
Very good game, incredible. Honestly, that is the only one that is worth if high costing VR game. That is one of the only ones I can think off the top of my head that is 100% worth it. That game's
did
graphical
look
fidelity is off the
impressive.
chart. It is off
Yeah.
the charts good.
It did look impressive.
Really?
Yes, probably
Yeah,
it's one of the only few VR games I've played that feel like I'm playing like a AAA title. Like it's a full game.
Yeah, well, once storage size and stuff isn't a thing, like everything's in the cloud, I imagine in the next 30 years, most games will be virtual, because nothing beats tricking your eyes and making you think you're looking through them. Staring at a screen is fun, and we do it all now every day and stuff. But when you actually feel like you're looking through your eyes, it's a completely different experience. Completely.
100%.
Jokingly and not jokingly, I totally see us heading towards Ready Player One.
Well, I know, like when we went on vacation to Hawaii and we passed by it's a place where you actually play virtual car, virtual flying machine, and a virtual stand-up machine. And my son was like, please, 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 please. And we went to that place like 3 times. They were charging by the hour. And
Well,
dude, oh my God, dude, that place
think of
was
this.
packed.
Think of this, man. What Doc put in the chat earlier is something that could become a reality. When hardware isn't a factor and processing power is no longer a factor, and AI is completely fleshed out and intelligent. You could literally have an AI counterpart that you log in and it goes, hey, what kind of game do you want to play? And you start telling it what you want to do. And it goes, okay, I'll take you on an adventure. And it randomly generates all that stuff on the fly for you.
Oh.
It's a game being made just for you.
Well, not even that, but don't forget,
Oh, man.
NVIDIA recently at CES said themselves, they said that in the next 10 years, think about, we already have DLSS, which is AI super resolution. We have frame generation, right, which is AI powered like generated frames. NVIDIA is like, okay, if we can do that, what's stopping us from rendering a whole game instead of rasterizing it through like pure raw power, having an AI generate all the frames, every single pixel. Like, what's stopping them from doing that? And they said in the next 10 years they probably can do that, and that'll probably be the futures. No more GPUs, just a single AI processing CPU that could just render everything.
That's crazy.
And think about it.
Wow.
You know how
It's gonna
nice
be
that would be, because like it would be lower power, because like you wouldn't need like a 4090 that pulls 600 plus watts. Like you can get like a processor that runs at low wattage, and that has like a brain that can render everything on the fly, and it can probably do it way faster than a overpowered graphics card.
Let a
Yeah,
pimp get a hold of that.
even right now, it's only going to get better. But even right now, you can buy a $4,000 rig and play a game with a 4090, or you could go spend $700-800 on a ROG and play those same games. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of this is, as Rue always puts it, bloody speculation station, right? I mean,
Well-
what was that movie that people always reference? I don't think it's Back to the Future. That one that was about being in the future from the 80s, and it was talking about the 2010s, and everyone was wearing silver and hoverboards and all that. And
That's
like
Back to
we're
the
here.
Future.
Well,
dude.
see,
You're
this is
correct.
I.
This is
Okay,
why you're
there you-
fired. This is why you're fired.
Well,
bro.
listen, all right, whatever. That film, all right? That film says like the
Wilson,
2010s
you're
is going to be
fired.
like that.
No,
It's
you
all speculation
No,
station.
dude,
We have
don't-
no
don't
idea
bring up
what
my
it's going to
favorite
look
movie of all
like.
time.
We have
Well,
No, that
Wilson,
was
you are
great.
fired, dude. Shut it
No,
down.
I get what you're
That's-
saying
Shut him
though.
down. He
We
wrote
can
that-
never
Thank you.
we can never predict the future
Wow.
correctly. We
That's the
always see
thing, though.
too far
I
in front of
can.
our hand.
Yeah.
I can predict the future.
That's the thing, though. Like, as I said,
To
we
be
already
fair,
have.
David was 3 years old when that movie came out. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, guys.
But-
Catch me a break.
But
Everything.
it's
Wait
like,
a minute. Was he 3 years old?
When did it come out?
All
What
right,
year?
all
It
right.
was in the 90s.
Doc,
He
he
was
Well,
let's
swimming.
hear
He
your
was swimming. He was swimming. He was swimming.
Doc. All right. Enough of David's
Treading water
ingestual
around the
life.
buoys.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on.
On to Doc's closing point on this subject. Thank you.
it's as they said, it's just eventually everything will be probably rendered by AI, and then obviously going back to the original topic about like Assassin's Creed, obviously not doing so well. It's if they released a multi-platform, it would probably done a lot better. Though I do think, as you were saying, Rudix, is that they sold a lot of sales, like lots of sales. I was on the Quest. Lots of them were probably from Christmas time. I don't think Ubisoft should completely abandon this field. Like, I mean, obviously they could probably reassess it, right? The next time they do something VR, it has to be multi-platform. Because in my opinion, the more platforms you release on, that's more access for everybody, and more access is just better for us as consumers. Just because it doesn't matter if you have a Quest, like you have like maybe like a Valve Index, or you have a PSVR, we can all play it in the same. Like, it doesn't matter what we have, we can still play it. And I think it would have done
Not to
1,000 times
mention-
better.
I agree, and not to mention Ubisoft is the king of multiplat. All they do is multiplat. Why are
Oh,
you
yeah,
gonna
I blame-
single plat the Oculus? Come on.
To be fair, I blame that on Meta, because I guarantee Meta probably paid for exclusivity. I guarantee you they
true.
did, and that they're a
That's
little like Meta. I said Meta's in an interesting point right now, because now they're kind of have to fight for competition, because obviously now Apple's in the VR space, spatial computing, anyways. But you know,
Oh, shout out to Christina Rouse. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you stopping by the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go down the line. I want to thank everyone for coming, hanging out on the panel, chatting all that happened in gaming this week. It was really exciting. We got some real good points in here. I'm gonna start it off with Callie at the top. Let people know what you're doing in the future, and we'll go down the list here.
I will be streaming this upcoming Thursday some more Dragon's Dogma in hype for the anticipated sequel. Keep an eye out for my YouTube and my Twitter, and thanks again for letting me be on here. It was a blast.
Of
as
course.
always.
Doc, what's been going on? Where can people find you if you want people to find you?
Well, you could find me if I find you. That's how I think that seems to work. But if you want to talk to
Yes.
me, I'm
Your
usually
head
in.
will come off. You'll go, pow! Oh, that was Doc. Shit.
I'll try to pop by some people's streams here and there, and obviously you can find me on Twitter, Real Certified Doctor, or it's Certified Doctor. I can't remember what it is anymore. Anyways, I'm somewhere and everywhere.
Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Wilson, what's been going on? Let people know where they can find you.
Oh, I'm always hanging out in the Discord, bro. I'm always in Cyborg City with all of you clowns. We have recently, let me just shout this out. I'm sure you'll probably want to bring this up yourself, but we've made a new space for any HellDivers. If there's been any HellDivers listening to this podcast wondering where is the HellDivers stream, there's going to be more coming from Rue, coming from a few other people likely in the community, but we've made a whole category in the Discord dedicated to it. There's going to be some LFG opportunities coming up over the next few days and few weeks. I can't wait to get to meet everyone who we've seen joining the Discord because it's been great seeing all these new people wanting to interact and play some games with us. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be up to. I'm going to be playing some HellDivers and looking out for anyone new who's wanting to join up with us.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Just as long as your level doesn't surpass mine. Maker, what's been going on? Where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter. I post gaming news on there. Maker of Chaos 12 is my Twitter name.
Awesome. And SPG, you got something coming up later today. Let people know where they can find you.
All right, so you can find me at Simply Pwned over on YouTube, and it was a toss-up, man. It was going to be Fallout 76 or Skull and Bones, and Skull and Bones just released, so I'm going to be checking out the high seas, getting into some antics. Come stop by if you want. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. And Ray, give a shout out. Let people know what's up. I'm sure you got some Wreckfest on the horizon.
Yeah, breakfast Saturday night, but I will be joining SPG on Skull and Boners. I mean Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're not sword fighting. We're not sword fighting, bro.
I mean Skull and Bones, sorry. Yeah, Ray3473, the gaming cyborg on X.com and Twitter. And thank you, Rue, for streaming this live in Cyborg City. Appreciate it. Panel's awesome. And guys, come on. Stop the debate. Embrace one another. Stop it.
Exactly. And lastly, I want to say we have a charity event happening in the community. That's Bjorn's charity Gaming for Mental Health. It is happening on the 23rd of this month. Be sure to tune in, check it out, find all the support. Bjorn's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make this an awesome event. There's so many giveaways. I remember him coming in and spouting them off. All the supporters and people invested in that. So be sure to check it out. It's going to be a huge event. But until next time, next week at this time. Oh, Vet, are you still on mute? I want to let you have a shout out if you're still there.
I'm here. I'm just
Let people know what's up.
here. Hello. Not much. You guys can find me on social media. Thread. It's all Vet Cloud Gaming or some variation of it. Threads, Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Or you'll just find me sitting in the Hangout or with the rest of these hooligans. Not sword fighting like Ray likes to seem to do, but that's him. But no, otherwise I'll just be chilling in the Discord with everyone. I'll be streaming it probably not until like next month. I gotta wait for Starlink to beam down some internet for me.
Well, we'll be waiting until then. Well, next Friday, 11 a.m., we'll be back on the download on Cloud&Console. So be sure to check us out there. Until next week, be kind and bring peace into the world. Am I right? See ya, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bye.
sir. Ta-ta.
Be kind.
Grove.
try to believe in me? Why try do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as me.